Hey, what's happening, gamers? How's everybody doing? Welcome to the final Spider-Man and Xmen finale. At least I hope. I don't know how long this stream is going to go. We might have to break to make a YouTube short. I have not been feeling well today. Apologies for not being here. It's been a rough 24 hours for me. Or maybe 15 hours. Amber thinks she knows what might be the cause of like some of my chest and breathing problems, but it might be related to Zelda. But anyway, we're gonna get to more torture. I mean, more happy fun time. Which is. Thank you, honey, so much. I know. What's weird about this collection is they don't have the games that have released in order. And what I mean by that is, Captain America and the Avengers is an older game. Maximum Carnage and Separation Anxiety came out later. Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge was, like, before. It was, like, 1991, I think. Maximum Carnage, I believe, was 94. Or 93, and this was 94. Silver Surfer was, like, early 90s. An X-Men arcade game was 1993 or 1992, I think. So they don't have these in order of release, which is weird, but it is what it is. The air feels less, whatever. The question is, who do we want to kick things off with first? We could go Wolverine again, I guess. Am I okay? No, I've been having severe breathing problems, but I didn't go to the hospital. I couldn't sleep. I tossed. Imagine not being able to sleep even though your like eyes are tired and heavy, and you're like in bed from like 6 in the morning until like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and you can't sleep. Every time you try to sleep, you wake up gasping for air. That's what it was like for me the past. Like, I would gasp for air and my heart would like get up to like 130.
If you want to bring Will's cell.
No, I don't.
Oh, you can. Doesn't matter to me.
No, baby, I don't want to do that.
I'm gonna go upstairs.
I know, you need to go to sleep. Thank you for all your love work today. Very cute. Alright, so we could do Wolverine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for everything you did. Before she looked upset.
She's like, I'm gonna come out starving again. It's like,
You give her a snack at like 2 o'clock or something. Give her some crunchies before you go to work and yeah. It is. It is. So our realtor said that we're allowed to have a cat and a dog. So if you wanted like a little maybe Pomeranian or something. I don't know.
Those things bite though.
Everything bites. I'm allergic to a certain type of dog, but I don't think I'm allergic to a Pomeranian. I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
I do like Pomeranian.
You love dogs, and I don't know. Alright, here we go.
Well, if I have a dog, I have to walk it every day.
I know, I'm just saying. Oh, shoot.
Should I try to put this panel up here?
If you want to try to. I forgot, you have to outrun the Juggernaut in this now. This is back in the day when everybody Everybody was going with Wolverine's real name was Logan. Occupation adventurer. It's because everything's falling apart. I hope that the next place has like an actual curtain. I don't even know if we'll have a sliding door at the new place. There's be no reason for it. I think it has an indoor porch. I don't know. Alright, we have to run away from Juggernaut. Wait, I think I'm supposed to knock all that stuff down. It's supposed to slow down the Juggernaut, I think.
Link! Oh my gosh! He jumped at me!
Gotcha. What in the world?
Feels good to have that out of the house.
Right.
I'm going upstairs.
Don't forget to take your medicine, honey.
I won't. I feel like I raised little cat from the dead because she was good people to die. And, oh, I don't have any more cats
I know.
left. A godsend that we had those people.
Oh my gosh, how are you supposed to get through there? Ah! There's no way! There's no way! Ah! Why do they make this so insane? Huh? 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 I don't understand. You were supposed to hit the Juggernaut this whole time?
Your cat is dipping his paw into his water and licking it off his hand.
How are you supposed to do that? I'm gonna come back to that. I have no idea. Whoa. I have no idea how you're supposed to do that. I can't remember. It's too long ago. It's like over 30 years ago. I don't remember how to beat Juggernaut. Okay. The world? What? What, babe? I like you too, honey. A lot. Ah! What in the world? Good night, sweetie. Thank you. What? Oh! Yeah, that makes sense. Love you too, hon. When you try to pet Link, he scratches you? Well, where are you petting him? He's just a little frisky. He's trying to play with you. What the? There's no way out? So you devised an impossible solution. So they basically made an impossible possible scenario for you to get past that. Unbelievable. Oh, that's right. Link is terrified of dogs. Yeah, I forgot about that. I've just been speaking to the new, like, the New York realtor lady. You still lose that much health to begin with? How is that frickin' possible? Another sentinel. What? Holy freaking crap! What was this game on? Crack? Jeez! You got to be kidding me. It's like they don't want you to beat this game. There's no way. There's no way. Huh? Ah. Oh, LGN made things that were insane. Yeah. Yeah, they did. How am I supposed to hurt him, though? He's not flashing. If he's not flashing, how do I hurt him? Ow. Unless they just couldn't get the blinking to work right. So I am hurting him. What? What is shooting me from behind? He's gonna kick the Sentinel. Ah! And the guy has like a full arsenal. There's no... It's impossible. No mutant power left. He has no head and he's still alive! What the actual... You can't dodge all these! Good God! Oh yeah, I'll probably end up swearing. Yeah, this is insane. They also give you limited visor. Even if I want to use my shoot, if I want to use my mutant power, I can't. This is nuts. Well, Cyclops is done. Hooray. Should we try Spider-Man? Oh my gosh. Oh. Storm is... Storm's level are intense because you're in the water. Storm's levels are nuts. Okay, fine. Blinky. Oh gosh. Okay. Storm is all swimming. Storm has some of the hardest levels in the game. Ow. Oh no. No place to get oxygen. Fine, just die. See? Those are Storm's levels. Storm level's impossible. What? She drowned? How did she drown? Oh my gosh. Hey buddy, come here. Hello, Linky. Oh! Hi, Linky. Okay. Wait, why are you not gaining oxygen? Why are you not gaining oxygen? Weird game, man. The problem, too, is Storm, like... She moves so badly in the water, it feels like you're steering a tank instead of a person under the water. So, like, Storm is so clunky and stuff under the water, it's irritating. Like, they really should have given her, a flight level instead of her being in the water. Like, I don't know why they thought it would be a good idea to give Storm a water level. It doesn't make any sense. None whatsoever. What? Him and kill that thing in a few hits? I'm not gonna be able to beat this game. This game is just too unfair. It's impossible. Great, there's no way to get oxygen either? How do I get oxygen? Okay. No, it's not, this wasn't made by Konami. This is made by LGN. It doesn't even feel like a Konami game. It was made by a company called Software Creations. And it was published by LGN. LGN were the guys who released all the Marvel games in the 90s. Like, majority of the Marvel games were made by LGN. Software Creations made this game. Software Creations made the Wolverine NES game. They made Bionic Commando. Wait, no, they couldn't have made Bionic Commando. That was Capcom. Oh, they made the ports of Bionic Commando and Ghosts and Ghouls for the Amiga and Commodore 64. They made the Genesis, Game Gear, and Super Nintendo version of Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge. They made Terminator 2 Judgment Day on NES. Disney's Beauty and the Beast on Genesis. Spider-Man Maximum Carnage they made on Genesis and Super Nintendo. They made the Tick game. Ken Griffey Jr. baseball game. The Simpsons Bart and the Beanstalk. They made that. They made Tin Star, which is another very difficult game. They made Separation Anxiety. They helped work on the Game Boy version of Mortal Kombat 3 and Game Gear. They did Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey on PlayStation and N64 in 1997. They did Carmageddon 64 on N64. Simpsons Night of the Living Treehouse. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase they did for Game Boy Advance in 2001. The last game that they worked on was Rugrats Castle Capers in 2001, and then they just kind of disappeared. Their company tried to change names to something called As Creations, and then they became part of Acclaim. Yeah, they got eaten by Acclaim in 2002. Their last game with Acclaim was called Gladiator Sword of Vengeance. It was their last known credit. So they mostly made Marvel games. Why, I don't know, but that's what they did. So the trick with Storm is to have as much oxygen as possible to do the game. Otherwise you're gonna die. But look at that there. How is that guy... This is what Software Creations doesn't make any sense. How is that guy swimming with no water? There's no water yet. And there are water enemies flying in the sky. Right? Makes sense. Not. Hopefully I can go back and get oxygen. Nope. Yeah, I can. At least Storm doesn't have a health bar. She has a breathing underwater bar. Oh no. I didn't mean to do that. That's gonna be a problem. Go back. Don't break that yet. Don't break that. 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 That's a huge problem. We need to be able to come back up here to breathe oxygen. Okay. Alright, so now we know there's some other things to break up here. Fine, great. Okay. Now we're going back under because we need to deal with the eel that's down here. Okay. Nintendo was a toy company originally, yes. In the 1800s, they were a toy company. They made card games. And some other stuff. Jeez. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. How far is the water gonna rise? Yo! How is that killer octopus able to take so much stuff from you? Well, I'm screwed. What the? How are you supposed to... Don't understand. Too many enemies. Is the air going to continue to just come from that area? Okay. That's impossible. What do you mean the X-Men Spider-Man arcade game? This is the X-Men Spider-Man arcade game. This is one of the hardest Spider-Man and X-Men games of all time. The hardest X-Men game of all time is Uncanny X-Men on NES. That is the hardest X-Men game of all time. This is number 2. How am I supposed to fight this thing? I'm open to ideas. How do I fight the giant laser thing? There's nothing for me to hit. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, I don't have a lot of patience for this. I'm trying. I'm trying my best to have some type of patience. Oh, you don't have to apologize, Shadow Trooper. The entire X-Men arcade game is hard. The Wolverine level's impossible because you have to... I thought you had to avoid Juggernaut and stop him before the end of the level. Now they're saying, no, you need to kill Juggernaut before the end of the level because you can't jump over him. See, a sensible gamer would be like, alright, Juggernaut's chasing after me, right? You know? What could you possibly do to trick the Juggernaut? Jump over him so he falls in the pit. What does the LGN game do? No. Juggernaut can jump as high as Wolverine and won't actually fall into the pit, but you'll fall in the pit and die. You have to constantly be hitting him throughout the level in order to beat him. It doesn't make any sense. Because here's the thing. Nothing beats the Juggernaut. The idea of stopping the Juggernaut by dropping things on him and him falling in a pit would make more sense because Wolverine can't beat the Juggernaut by himself. So they have Wolverine fight the Juggernaut. It's just like... These people didn't do an ounce of research. And yeah, Wikipedia and all that other stuff didn't exist back in the early 90s, but we had dictionaries, as well as we had comic books. They could have read comic books. Any issue with Juggernaut... or a cartoon episode with Juggernaut would show that you need all the X-Men to not kill, but defeat the Juggernaut temporarily. Even the old Spider-Man cartoon show, Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, the X-Men and the Spider-Friends worked together to stop Juggernaut and get his helmet off, and then Professor Xavier used his mind abilities to defeat the Juggernaut. And that was back in like 1980, what, 83? Okay. Oh, this is such a long, dragged out process, man. It makes me wonder, are they saving the other X-Men and Marvel games for like a Marvel Genesis collection or something like that? Because there is still more Spider-Man, X-Men, and Marvel games for the Super Nintendo and NES. This collection does not have all of them. There was Spider-Man and the Sinister Six on NES. There was Uncanny X-Men. There was the Wolverine games. Several Wolverine games on NES and Super Nintendo. You had, another... I think there was another Captain America game. You had Spider-Man on Game Boy, which was horrible. I don't remember the name of it, but it was really hard. I think it was just called Spider-Man or Amazing Spider-Man. I don't remember. You had Hulk games. You had 2 really great X-Men games on Genesis, which were fantastic. Really fun. Hard, but fun. Sorry guys, I'm taking my time with this because if you screw up, you die. I really don't want to start over again, so I'm literally pacing myself. You know what I mean? I'm literally pacing myself. If you take too many hits, you die. If you run out of oxygen, you die. So you have to go back to where the oxygen is and breathe, get the air bubbles. It takes a while, but I mean, this is the only way to do this. Yeah, but Jotaro, how does Konami have access to the LGN, the Maximum Carnage game, Separation Anxiety, Spider-Man X-Men Arcade's Revenge? The only Konami game that they made was the X-Men Arcade game. That, you know, a completely different company handled all these other games. Unless they bought the publishing rights, which I don't see why they would have. Not many people think back fondly on these X-Men and Spider-Man games, you know? Except for Maximum Carnage. People still talk pretty fondly about Maximum Carnage. Not so much Separation Anxiety. What was great about the Maximum Carnage game is Spider-Man and Venom felt like their own unique characters. When you play as Spider-Man and Venom in Separation Anxiety, they play like any other Final Fight or Streets of Rage character. They don't really have like a unique identity anymore. They play similar. Even their animations, their walking animations, are almost identical in Separation Anxiety. Shoot. Storm's water level is done? That makes sense. So that just leaves Gambit, Spider-Man, and Wolverine. Ugh. Why would I make a live action? No. And if they even offered, they'd be like, hey, you want to be the first to ever experience a truly immersive virtual reality where your subconscious is tied to that? I'd be like, no, I've seen Sword Art Online. I'm not doing that. You people can be trapped in a death game for 5-6 years. I ain't doing that. Heck no. The day they start doing immersive video games is the day that I retire. I'll stick with retro games. I'll stick to playing games from the 80s all the way up to 2030. I'm not doing immersive VR. That's a bad idea. No thanks. Oh, am I playing the new SAO game coming out? Yeah. Playing Bond this year, SAO, Lego Batman. He-Man. The Yoshi game. Yeah. It's not a funny reaction, it's a terrible reaction. I think that VR is gonna get people killed someday. In fact, VR has gotten people killed. People have walked off their balcony thinking that they're an immersive VR experience and they fall off a building and die. You know, they're like, wow, this is so realistic. I don't know where I'm walking. Oh. That's happened. Especially in Asian countries. And your sword breaks for some reason, yeah. You do realize that the new SAO game only covers floors 1 through 2, and somehow it's going to be canon. We're also going to see how Kirito ends up, like, temporarily being a villain. So that means that the new SAO game doesn't take place in the progressive universe. It takes place after the events of the first floor. So the game opens up on the first floor when Kirito and the raid team clear the boss. And you're going to play as a bunch of unknown characters that either were at the raid or whatever. And then the game is so long that players are going to experience how big each floor was. They're thinking about adding additional floors over the years because each floor will take you like 10 hours to clear or something like that. The floors are massive. Huge forests, lakes, dungeons, and then you make it to the floor boss. Like it's going to be the biggest, most immersive like SAO game ever made. And Kirito and Asuna are only going to be NPCs, though. So you'll play as your own original character, and you'll interact with Asuna and Kirito and Argo, but you don't get to play as them. Also, I don't believe the only romance route is the girl that's in your party or something like that. I don't know. So you'll be playing it from the perspective of another character's eyes, and Kirito is going to be perceived as the villain. In fact, there's a new SAO movie coming out where he's the villain. Takes place on floor 2. I'm looking forward to it. I don't like the animation style for the new movie, though. It's just basically game cinematic stuff. At least they give you full health at the beginning. Ah! ha ha ha! What the? Why is the screen flashing? Ugh. Is that not good? Dot Hack Sign is coming back? Where'd you hear that? There's a name I haven't heard in ages. Wait, is this supposed to be Rain? That's supposed to be Rain. How's it raining inside the building? Okay. No, I'm not falling to my death. Thank you very much. Oh, I knew it was death! I was like, I'm not swinging to my death just now. Oh, wait. Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Ow! Oh, man. Okay. Save. Jeez. Really? Wow. Yo! How is it? Huh? Man, I forgot how intense this was. Yo, come on. Really? Too hard. It's like the Mega Man climbing ladder thing, but like way harder. I don't understand why they made games so hard though back in the day. It doesn't make any sense. How did we as kids even beat these games? Maybe the whole idea was to get us to break our controllers and just keep buying accessories, and that's how they sold games back in the day. It's like, oh, we need to sell more controllers. Let's make this game as hard as possible. And yeah. That way they'll break their controller and they'll have to buy a new one. Brilliant! Let's do that. Really? I had more health before I even... That's a trap. And you can't shoot up. Yep, this is the first time that the X-Men arcade game has made it to a Nintendo console, yeah. Yep, and that game is so great. This game is okay. It's like a 6 or a 7. I had more fond memories of this game than really worked out. I forgot that this had the rain level. The rain level is super annoying because you fall to your death all the time. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay. What the? Okay. Alright. Alright, let's calm down. Let's calm down, weather. Oh, come on. Oh. Die! 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 Okay, is it dead? What? The wind is pushing me backwards? On top of everything else. Wow. Ow! What the... Please stop with all this nonsense. It's too much. It's too much. Okay, I don't even know what that does. You can not have an endless stream of lasers! That's not how this works! Wow! Huh? Do I have to go and fight that guy? Yeah, I opt not to. Oh, wow. Really? Okay, I see how it is. Okay, that's not so bad. Uh-oh. Have to wait for the rain to change. Oh my gosh. No. No, 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 no. Now what? Oh, okay, yeah. Just jump through the building. That makes sense. 90s game. Jump through building physics. Okay. And where is the boss during all this? Hmm? Carnage? You have to fight... What? I have no idea how to beat him. There goes Carnage. How the heck do I beat Rhino? Anybody know how to beat Rhino? Anybody want to look up how to beat Rhino? I got nothing. He's not flashing, he's not doing anything, and the only thing I can do is shoot him with webs. But he's not blinking. Which means I'm most likely not hurting him. So now what? No idea. Remember, in this game, Spider-Man can only hit people with webs. Webs is my weapon. There's no punches, there's no kicks, there's nothing. All you can do is shoot your webbing. No, it's not swing into him. Alright, we're gonna take a break, guys. I'm gonna have to look this up. We need to make a YouTube short anyway. We're under 1,000 views, so... let's take a break. Be right back. Unbelievable, man. Alright, Linky. Let's get you a YouTube short. We have time to make a YouTube short for Linky. So we're going to make a YouTube short for Link and look up how to do this. In the meantime, guys, run the shorts playlist if you could in the background. I'll be back. Unbelievable. Wait, that's not it. Okay, so the Spider-Man boss, you have to web swing into him. As weird as that sounds. There we go, we hit him once. Dang it. Can't tell if we hit him that time or not. Ugh. Ouch. Man, the controls are so bad. Alright. So we could try to do Juggernaut, or we can attempt Gambit. Juggernaut's going to be the hardest one. So Juggernaut, just so you know, he starts with 34 health. 34. You can try to drop the anvils on his head. Or... I don't know. Alright, here we go. The struggle is real. Great, it didn't drop it on his head. Of course it didn't. Man, this is hard. I don't know how they made this look so easy. I've been counting his health, but... Just don't know how they did that. They make this look so easy online, but it's anything but. I don't know. I don't know how I can do this. Why are you not dropping the anvil? There's just no way. I don't... And you can't jump over them. I don't know. I hate how YouTubers make this look so easy when it's not. I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to do it. It says you have 34 health with him. I was counting down how many hits I did to him. He still didn't die. So I don't know. I don't know if it's a certain part of the level where he just becomes, like, invulnerable or, like, vulnerable. I have no idea. It's just such a stupid game. I think how I beat this game back in the day is I had one of those controllers that had the built-in rapid fire. You would just hold in the button and your characters would, like, attack so much faster than they can with you pressing your finger. I think that's the only way that you'll ever beat them, is you have to get one of those controllers that has the rapid built into it. Because you can't hit him fast enough. As well as for somebody who has a health bar of like 34, I've had to hit him more than 34 times. You can't outrun him. It's impossible. He has a health bar of 34. I've hit him more than 34 times. He still doesn't die. I don't know what to tell you. No, dropping those things on him doesn't matter. Oh, so you guys aren't running the shorts. I need you to run the shorts playlist, please. Well, they did something different than I did, because their game is completely different than mine. My Juggernaut moves too quickly when I try to open the doors. Their Juggernaut is much slower, and they're not dropping the weights on his head, so I don't know what to tell you. My guess is they're using a turbo controller. That would be my only guess. Your hands can't move that fast. So they have to be using a turbo controller. Like all this YouTube footage I see, Wolverine's frames for attack is so much faster than I can do. So they're most likely using a turbo. You have to be. Your hands can't move that fast. But we're going to do Gambit. Come back to Logan. Logan's going to be the hardest thing we do tonight, I think. From what I remember, the Gambit boss is actually pretty easy. It's getting to the boss that's annoying. The Gambit boss, you have to attack her arms left to right, and then attack her head. But getting there is going to be a pain. Yep. Remember before I told you that the only way to really break the orange stuff is with your mutant power? You don't have enough of your mutant power to move forward. So it makes this part super annoying. In theory, you would think it was easy because it's just like orange stuff, but no. You can't avoid getting hit either. No health. You have to drop all the weights on his head? The swipes do nothing? Those orange things. No other way. On. It's just evil. No hearts, no nothing. There's no way. Okay, so you have to attack our arms from left to right. Great. What? Come on. And the hit detection in this is so trash. Ah! you're just supposed to be able to attack her from under her head, but it's impossible. That damn fireball's impossible to dodge. Is it like tracking my movement? Why did I torture myself playing this again? What was the reason? You're not going to beat Juggernaut without a turbo controller. There's no way. You can't swipe him fast enough to open the door. Either that or the people are playing like a modded emulated version because Juggernaut makes it to the door so quickly and I can't open it. He takes all my health before I open the door. He's already running faster in this version than in the one that I've seen other people play. There he is right there. He's already moving faster. See, he run like in every version that I watch other people play, he doesn't run after them the way he runs after me. It's impossible. You can't open it fast enough. You need a turbo controller. They don't sell turbo controllers anymore. That was a cheat in the 90s. They don't make that stuff anymore. He moves too quick. A trash game. I don't think we're going to beat Juggernaut. I don't see it happening. He moves too quick. Everybody else playing him, he moves this speed. He speeds up for my version for whatever reason. I can't open the door because he runs right into me. See? He runs too fast. And I've watched several people beat Juggernaut today. The one thing that I've noticed different between my Juggernaut version and theirs is their Juggernaut does not speed up. My Juggernaut speeds up and hits me, and there's nothing I can do about it. Like right there. And the biggest obstacle that I can't beat is this right here. Because there he is, see? He's just too fast. They should let you jump over him and let him chase you, but you can't even jump over him. So I'm not going to be able to do this. I've watched 6 different people beat Juggernaut tonight. Their Juggernaut does not run at full speed at them. I'm doing everything I've seen them do. I hit Juggernaut, even though it doesn't do anything. It slows him down. But as soon as I get to the door, he speeds up. And he kills me in 1 or 2 hits. It can't be done. Everyone else is cheating and using one of those, like, turbo controllers. Because their Wolverine moves fast, or their Wolverine attacks much faster than I can do. My attacks are 1/10 of a second. Their attacks are a millisecond. So they're cheating. They're doing something on those emulators to, like, you know, cheese this. I can't. My hands don't move that fast. Also, they can always drop the anvil. I can't always drop the anvil on his head. Just not worth it. See? Every damn time. He just he can't open the door. You either drop all the anvils and you have him run into them, and then he kills you at the end of the stage, or there's no other way. They did not think this through. They did a piss poor job with this. It's horrible. And the fact that none of your attacks work against him is pointless. Yeah. People who beat this, they used an emulator. That's the only way. They did something to change the speed of Juggernaut, because Juggernaut chases after me way too quick. There it is again. There he is. Yeah, my version is different. At least in this collection, he moves too fast. You can't stop him. Yeah, you can't do it. I guess when they sped up the frame rate for this game or this collection, I don't see anybody beating it on this collection. I don't think it's possible. He moves way too fast compared to the Super Nintendo or the Genesis version. So it's unbeatable. Like, at least on this collection. That's a shame, too. I want to show you guys the ending, because the arcade boss is not hard. The Juggernaut, you can't... So basically, when I'm talking about a turbo controller, what a turbo controller was, it had buttons built into the controller where you could speed up the gameplay, and your character would be able to strike at, like, inhuman speeds that are not possible for a human to be able to do. And that's how you would cheese a lot of games like R-Type and games that required you to punch really, really fast and things like that to get an advantage over the computer, because you would move faster than the frames of the game would be able to, you know. It was your kind of, like, cheat thing back in the day. See, he just moves. He moves too fast in the re-release. They sped it up, and the problem is you can't overcome that. See? By the time you're done with something, here he comes. You can't. It's impossible. You can't do it. And the problem, they can't patch it because it's not a patch problem. It has nothing to do with patches either. Like, they sped up the actual game engine for the Super Nintendo, so you can't do it. It also doesn't recognize when you're trying to cut the anvil. This is just a... See, that should have sliced right off. See how it's not slicing? Like, there's so many problems with this collection. With this game in particular. That anvil should fall on his head. It doesn't. And there he is, right there. See how many frames he skips right to me? So, in the Super Nintendo and the Genesis version, you have plenty of time to hit him, and when you hit him, it's supposed to slow him down. But what they do in this is they speed him up. Which means you can't open the doors, you can't drop the anvils on time, because the anvils, for whatever reason, aren't dropping when you drop them, and you'll never be able to pass them. It's impossible. That one time that I dropped all the anvils and I showed you the end of the level, you still had to hit them during that entire process. They screwed this up. I don't know if they messed up the Genesis version, but the Super Nintendo one is impossible now. And the Super Nintendo one is the best one because it has the better music, it has the better graphics. But they sped up the game engine. So you can't stop the Juggernaut now. He moves at too many frames. As I'm hitting him, he's supposed to slow down more than this. He's not. He's going at the same constant speed that he just goes at. What you're supposed to do is constantly drop the anvils on his head and it slows him down. He's not slowing down at all. So the only way that you would be able to do this is you have to hope and pray that somewhere, a third-party developer released a turbo controller for the Switch where you can hold the buttons in and punch at inhuman speeds. Because that'll be your only way. You'll never ever open that door in time, and Juggernaut will keep crushing you. Somehow they made a boss fight that was like painstakingly difficult as children. They made it even harder with this collection. I don't even know how that's possible, but they did. See how slow Wolverine is to open that door? If you watch other YouTubers play this sequence, they're able to open that door in a millisecond, so they're cheating. They're using an emulator, because you cannot open the door to do that. Also, when you hit him with the X button, he's supposed to move slower, but he doesn't. See? Automatically teleports. But the fact that they sped up the game's engine, there's nothing you can do. You will never beat this. They made something that was already so difficult like 30 years ago. They made it even harder because they sped up how fast the game runs now. And what they did is they sped up Juggernaut too. But they didn't speed up how fast your character can strike. So it puts you at a serious disadvantage. You'll never be able to open the door. Because this move is still slow. The uppercut. And the uppercut's supposed to slow him down. That's why, if you watch every YouTube video during this boss fight, you'll see that everybody uses the uppercut to slow Juggernaut down. But he's still moving at the same speed. The only way you would beat this is somehow you were able to cheat and get, like... So the trick originally was you would hit Juggernaut, you would stall him a little bit, and you would open the door. You would be able to turn fast enough and strike him, turn around, hit the door, hit him again, and every time you hit him, it's supposed to limit his speed. He's running at the same speed. So you can't beat it. You will never beat it in this collection. Unless you find a way of cheating. If you play this on PC, you're going to have to use a turbo controller, because Wolverine's strikes are too slow. Nothing you do makes Juggernaut slow down, except if you drop the anvils. And if you drop the anvils and you don't hit him, you're not doing any damage to him anyway. It's a shame they ruined it when they put this collection in here, but because, I mean, this happens sometimes when you incorporate older games from 30 years ago. You put them on an engine that's, you know, an emulator, because this is an emulator. They sped it up. As you're hitting him, he's supposed to slow down. He's not slowing down. At all. See? Go back and watch any other fight with Juggernaut on YouTube. When you hit him, he's supposed to at least go, like, a little bit slower than he is right now. He's going the same speed. And also, most of the anvils don't cut when you hit them. So there's a hit detection problem with this fight. There's all kinds of issues. They just weren't thinking when they made this. Or when they reported it or whatever. As he's hitting that, that's supposed to slow him down. You're supposed to be able to move a little bit ahead of him without him speeding up and chasing you. The only way Juggernaut's supposed to chase you is if he's out of frame. If he's out of frame, then he's supposed to run after you at, like, super fast speed. But if he's within frames of you, he's not supposed to. Which is how you're able to open the doors and stuff. See? you'll never open the door. See? You can't do it. Also, the clown dropping bombs is supposed to... See how he sped up? He's in frame. He's not supposed to speed up. If you can see him, that means you have ample time to open the door. Yeah, they basically suckered all us 90s kids into getting a game that you'll never beat. Because they... I'm gonna end up cussing up a storm here. But as long as you see him in frame, you're supposed to have ample time to open the door. They're not giving you that. He's only supposed to run after you at insane speeds if he can't see you. If he can see you, then he's not supposed to run after you like that. It's not supposed to happen like that. He's not supposed to speed up like... Even after he hits an explosion like that, he's not supposed to speed up. Because you have to have enough time to drop the anvils and stuff on his head to beat him. Now watch. Did you see how he skipped frames? He's not supposed to. He's supposed to go at that same speed unless you're out of frame. He's not supposed to move that fast. You'll never be able to attack him. That's supposed to be cut too! See? It doesn't cut. Like, this is a very sloppy, very, very sloppy port. Like, they did a god-awful job with this. This is horrible. It's nothing like... If I were to pop this in the Super Nintendo, I would have won by now. Like, this is trash. This is a stupid cash grab that they did a bad job with. It's not a faithful port whatsoever. Not even close. He's not supposed to speed up when you're in frame. Also, the clown's explosion is supposed to slow him down, too. See the clown dropping those bombs? He's supposed to make it so that Juggernaut slows down. He's not supposed to move that fast. He's not. You can't, as a human, you cannot react to as fast as Juggernaut's moving right now. Because there's delays in the inputs of the controls. I mean, this game was legendarily bad back in the day, but it wasn't this bad. It was actually possible to beat it. Unlike some of the other LGN games. You can't get that clown up there either. We're almost at the end of the level and he's nowhere close to being dead yet. Seriously, F you. Huh? Why is there another Cyclops level? Why is there another Cyclops level? There's not supposed to be. Goes right to the arcade fight. Oh, that's right. They all get captured. Whatever. They make it to where arcade is, they get trapped, and then Spider-Man has to save them and fight the giant arcade machine. The hell? Yes, obviously 90s games make me swear. Sorry about that. The reason I don't swear much online is it's not the 90s anymore. Games aren't as hard as this. I don't get as angry as I used to. How the hell are you floating? You're not supposed to be able to float! Excuse me. Oh. Oh gosh. Now what? Huh? Just end the level already, please. Great. What? Can't make that jump. Oh, it's not completely fine. It's just it's super annoying. Oh, they actually did program Storm to do something. You can't shoot a mortar off that quickly. Just get to the end of the level, please. Why are you making sound effects like there's water? There's no water here. There's no water. They're using a water sound effect when there's no water. Of course they are. What? There's no way. You can't jump through things. You can't shoot diagonal. How do they expect you to get down there? She can't hit him! Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat this game. I don't want to. It's garbage. Why? Just takes too much damage just doing basic tasks. That by the time you get to where you need to go, you're already dead. Alright, nightmare's almost over. I haven't felt my blood pressure get that high in a while. What? Why did you do that? Alright, boss battle time. This boss has 3 phases, I believe. The first phase is a tank. Ow. Yeah, 3 phases. Die. What? He had 4 faces? Don't remember how to beat this fool. He's too short for my webbing. What? Great. I don't remember how to beat him. I don't remember how to beat him. They don't tell you what to do. They just say beat arcade, but he has like endless spawns. I don't know. No idea. The problem is you can't duck the bullets, though. They made it so you can't duck the bullets. Whatever, this game is trash. Well done, you've excelled yourselves. Blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Obviously, that wasn't me, more of my robots. Now I've got one more surprise for you. The base blows up. I'll give you a clue. 5, 4, 3. Run! The whole place is gonna blow. Right. You think he got out? You can count on it. Come on, let's go home. All of that, and that's what you get at the end. Not worth it. Nope. No ending credits or anything back in the day. Wow. They're like, we don't want you to know who worked on this game. Alright, that's it. You guys have a good night. I'm done. We beat this awful game. I don't think I'm looking at any more games in this collection, though. I don't think so. I don't really like Separation Anxiety. I've already done the Xmen arcade game to death. I hate the Silver Surfer. As much as I used to have a lot of fond memories of this game. I played it and beat it a lot as a kid. But something happened when they re-released it. They sped up the game, which made that Juggernaut part way harder than it's supposed to be. The trick with the Juggernaut thing is you're just supposed to drop the things on his head and stab him a bunch of times until he blows up. But they've sped him up and they did a lot of stuff to him that just makes it not fun anymore. Because that was the trick. You would drop the anvils and the tons on his head plus swipe at him. And then you would swipe him and attack the door. Swipe him, attack the door, swipe him, attack the door. And he would slow down just enough for you to open the door. What they did in this is they sped up the process, so it was way harder than it was supposed to be. The arcade boss fight is easy. You just have to hit him in the head, but when he spawns his clones, I don't know. The black team. Interesting choice of phrasing there. Alright. Anyway, you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to be starting brand new stuff. Hopefully we'll get back to Monster Hunter. We'll be looking at, I don't know. I don't even know the games coming out this month. We'll figure it out. You guys have a great night. Bye-byes.